Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NFL news for running to it. So, some NFL draft news. So, Oregon tight end Kenny Sadiki's leaving school early to qualify for the NFL draft. He's Mel Kiper's #1 ranked tight end in the 2026 draft, number 10 overall player. Potential maybe top 10 pick here, Kenny Sadiq. He led all tight ends in college football and touchdown catches here with 8 touchdowns. I don't know if he's a top 10 player, but he's definitely legit. I personally think he will slide to the end of the first with another tight end going before him because of injury concerns. But I think he's good. Like, he had a down second half of the year, but I think he's a good tight end. But I don't think he's gonna go like top 10. 49ers officially placed George Kittle injured reserve, so he's done for the year, obviously. So Ravens owner Steve Bisciotti said Tuesday that he told Lamar Jackson he wants a no deal done by start free agency in March that will significantly lower the two-time NFL MVP's $74.5 million cap number. Scrolling, so the Dolphins they completed an interview with Kevin Stefanski for their head coaching position. I mean, it could be an interesting direction, but it's just, look, I think he's a good coach. Like, I think he could be a good hire for the Dolphins. The Browns just didn't have a great roster, but it's just like, what the Dolphins, like, I don't really see a great roster. The only good players that I see that have really good potential is Devin Achane, like Jalen Waddle. Who else? I mean, Tyreek Hill's not what he used to be. You still have Tua Tagovailoa. I don't know, man. It's not really an intriguing like destination for me. If I'm a coach. Former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh is meeting today with New York Giants in what is his first in-person visit to another team's training facility per Jordan Renaud and Schefter. Harbaugh is in the building. Cardinals, they have requested Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith for a head coach interview. Source confirms. I don't know why people request head coach interviews with people like Matt Nagy, Arthur Smith. Why? Jaguars GM Jack Gladstone on Travis Hunter in 2026. We still expect him to play on both sides of the ball, so he's still going to play offense and defense. Per source, the Titans currently have Mike McDaniel at their facility. The team will conduct a virtual interview with Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith later today. Smith was the offensive coordinator for the Titans during their run to the AFC Championship game in 2019, the AFC South title in 2020. Steelers president Art Rooney II said he and GM Omar Khan will lead the Steelers head coaching search. Only looked for their 4th coach since 1969. Former Giants kick and punt returner Emir Smith-Marset reached agreement on a 1-year deal with Arizona Cardinals, so he's returning there. The Ravens completed an interview with Browns defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz for their head coaching position. Oh yes, just what they need. A defensive mind. I think Jim Schwartz is just a defensive coordinator. I don't know if he'd be a head coach. I don't think he's going to be a head coaching job. One of the draft's top safeties, Oregon safety Dylan Thieneman, is also leaving school early for the NFL draft. He's one of the NFL draft's top safeties. At a projected top 50 pick, he earned first team All Big Ten honors in 2025 and second team All American honors. I think he's an underrated player out of this draft class, man. It's a high quality safety. I mean, I think he could be better than just top 50. But he's one of the draft top safeties. So Art Rooney, he said he thinks Tomlin's decision to walk away will affect Rodgers' future. Aaron came here to play for Mike. I think it will affect his decision. I think Rodgers should just call it quits, honestly. Adam Thielen is retiring from the NFL. He announced on social media. He played 13 seasons. He was a 2-time Pro Bowl selection for the Vikings, so he is retiring. The Pittsburgh Steelers' first known head coach interview request is for Rams pass game coordinator Nate Schleiss. Per source, Baltimore, Cleveland, and Las Vegas have also requested interviews with him during his hiring cycle. Per source, the Dolphins requested to interview Jaguars defensive coordinator Anthony Campanile for their coaching job. He spent 3 years as their linebackers coach, both under both Brian Flores and Mike McDaniel. Making a pair of Rams coordinators for the Steelers who requested a head coach interview with LA's defensive coordinator Chris Shula, per source. Then it was announced that Dante Moore is planning to announce his decision on whether he will or won't enter the draft on ESPN Sports Center at 2:30. Art Rooney dismissed the idea of a rebuild under the team's new head coach. I think they should, but we'll see. But then it comes out Dante Moore, Oregon quarterback, announced he's decided to return to school for the 2026 season, foregoing a chance to be a top pick in the NFL draft. The decision is expected to have significant ramifications on the draft. I think it's a good decision. I think it's good and bad. Good because he doesn't have to go to the Jets, but it's bad because that's probably the highest he would have been drafted. I don't see him going higher in that same pick in future drafts. But he didn't want to go to the Jets, so I get it. And I guess he gets more money from Oregon. But you guess you can redo all those 2026 mock drafts. Good thing I haven't done a mock draft yet. But yeah, he's returning to school. The Steelers now request a head coach interview with Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores. Per sources, he's in Washington today. He interviewed for the Commanders defensive coordinator job. Steelers head coach interview is expected next. And after being let go by the Dolphins after the 21 season, he spent the 2022 season as their senior defensive assistant. The Dolphins completed an interview with Jeff Hafley for their head coach position. The Ravens completed an interview with Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Mitchell for their head coach position. The Bills placed Tyrell Shavers on injured reserves. That's all from Schefter. So from JP Football, we have some rumors, a report. The expectations that John Harbaugh will meet with the Titans and Falcons over the next few days and then regroup per Jay Fowler ESPN. And then from Dan Rossini, John Harbaugh is leaving New York without an agreement and is set to fly back to Baltimore soon. Will meet with the Titans on Thursday. So there's some reports there about John Harbaugh. Scroll down. So part of John Harbaugh's meeting with the Giants today included Jackson Dart, as expected, really. Former head coaches Brian Daboll and Mike McDaniels are at the top of the Eagles' list of potential offensive coordinators. Obviously, talked about Dante Moore, Brian Flores. Report if the Packers and Matt LaFleur fail to agree on a new extension, there's a possibility that teams contact Green Bay about a potential trade. I think people would love him to get traded. Former Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce will interview for the Falcons this week for their head coach opening. The Cardinals put in a request to interview Texas defensive coordinator Matt Burke for their vacancy at head coach. The Eagles, they are expected to give Cliff Kingsbury and Kevin Stefanski, end quote, real looks for their vacancy at the offensive coordinator position. But I think that's all from JPA Football. Nico Collins was among those that weren't at practice. He remains in the concussion protocol. And Josh Allen was a full participant in Wednesday's Bills practice, but Nico Collins did not practice. Mike Vrabel said Christian Gonzalez concussion will be on the practice field today, so that's a positive sign for him. But yeah, I think that's all the NFL news, honestly, man. I think I went over everything. So we can move on here. Let's move on to basketball here. So it was reported yesterday that Anthony Davis is likely to undergo surgery to repair a ligament, but then an update from Shan said he will not require surgery on his injured hand. After a second opinion with the specialist, Dr. Stephen Shan, he will be reevaluated in 6 weeks, so he does not have to have surgery. AD basically called him a liar. I don't know where the hell the first source come in. I guess maybe that was the first opinion, then the second opinion, I guess, said, no, you don't have to have surgery, just heal and reevaluate, I guess, but I just wanted to give an update on that, so I'm not spreading false information. So that I'm sure now the trade talks will resume. The Charlotte Hornets are retiring Dell Kersey's number 30 jersey on March 19. The father of Stephen and Seth Curry, 17th year as a TV analyst, 27th season with the Hornets, 17th as an analyst. So he's going to get his jersey retired. No Washington Wizards star Trae Young still recovering from MCL and quad injuries on the same leg. He'll be reevaluated after the mid-February All-Star break. They're taking a cautious approach with the injuries to their new trade acquisition. a cautious approach, aka we're tanking. So from NBA Central, the Raptors are trying to see what they can get with a combination of Emmanuel Quickley, R.J. Barrett, and Jakob Poeltl per Jake L. Fisher. I don't know, I mean, they maybe get something for that. Draymond Green's not ruling out coaching after he's done playing basketball. He's going to punch his own players after they miss a shot or a free throw. The Toronto Raptors remain interested in Anthony Davis, and any trade package would include a combination of Emmanuel Quickley or Jakob Poeltl along with R.J. Barrett. Yeah, sure. I don't know if I would do this, but sure. One of Austin Reeves' agents reportedly confronted Rich Paul at a Lakers game. The Miami Heat have emerged as a more attractive option than the Bucks, Kings, and Timberwolves for John Morant and his camp. More attractive option. Yeah, sure. Probably the only team that wants him. I don't think it's just a choice. I think it's probably the only team that would want him. So let's move on to some baseball. So this is from yesterday. The Yankees are acquiring Ryan Weathers from the Marlins for 4 prospects. The 4 prospects are Dylan Lewis, Brendan Jones, Dylan Josso, and Juan Mathis. So the Marlins get 4 prospects in return for Ryan Weathers. The Yankees finally do something, and it's for Ryan Weathers. Maybe it could be a solid piece, but I don't know much about these prospects, but I didn't think Ryan Weathers would get 4 prospects. Are any of these guys good? Ryan Weathers is whatever, but are any of these guys good? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. But that was a trade that happened. The Red Sox, who recently missed out on Alex Bregman, they're signing Ranger Suarez to a 5-year, $130 million contract. I mean, pitching will obviously be good, but you need some offense too. But their first signing of the winter is a big one, $130 million for Ranger Suarez. Really good move. Their rotation's gonna be filthy, man. Adding Ranger Suarez, who's a really damn good pitcher. They finally signed someone. Yeah, it hurts not having Alex Berkman back, but you get Ranger Suarez. I know you want to have some offense, but that rotation, man, is going to be nasty. Like, you have Garrett Crochet and Ranger Suarez is your 1-2. Oh, my lord. So let's move on to wrestling to call it a video. So R-Truth, he names The Miz as his ideal final opponent. Will he get a final opponent? I hope he does. So John Cena says taking out to Gunther was a perfect end to his career. I think it was perfect end because a lot of people thought it sucked. A whole lot of people thought it was special, and that's kind of been my story for 23 years. It's basically why he loved his retirement match. AEW has their Dynamite Maximum Carnage tonight. Their AEW show, whatever, who cares? Ricochet has filed a trademark the term the trendsetter. Oh man. So corny, man. The Miz, he thinks Shivani can, in quote, be something really special in this business. I think he can too if that'd be pushing him. Stephanie Vaquer is reportedly expected to be cleared to compete pretty quickly. It must not be a bad ankle injury. Probably just a minor injury. Need probably a few weeks to heal. So, recent WWE plans for WrestleMania would reportedly see Roman Reigns defeat Drew McIntyre on the road to WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, which would then lead to Cody and Roman at WrestleMania again. But this is from, where's this from? Backup Hangman, self-made PW. This is the same guy who reported that WWE didn't want Cody and Roman on screen together about 2 weeks before they teamed together at War Games, by the way. Let's be serious here. They're just, these insiders who think they know shit are probably just being fed information by WWE that isn't true. So, TNA's no longer advertising Lane Slater, Myron Reed for the X Division Championship this week on Impact. Rascals are no longer under contract with TNA. But yeah, that's all the news here today. Mostly NFL, but a few other news stories here with basketball and baseball from last night and today. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.